Okay, hello everybody, good evening. This is a tutorial about how to revive Jenson's typefaces, right? So if you read the instruction on Google Classroom, you will see that I already assigned this kind of word, strange word for you, alright? So this pseudo word is used for some designer to kind of like test letter form, okay, together, how it work together as a whole. Okay, as I already explained to you, when you design a letter, it can't be like individual letter. You have to test it whether it work as a group, right? So what you can do is, the first thing is I already give an instruction that the x height should be 4 centimeter, right? Okay, so if you want to firstly, you just open Illustrator first, okay? And if you want more workspace, okay, you can create many artboard as you like here, right? This one is like some example that I created before this. Okay, I'm going to work on this second artboard, right? First of all, what you have to do is create like baseline, mean line, cap line, ascender line, and descender line, right? It's like it will be used for like define the proportion of the whole typefaces. Okay, you already know, right, that the x height is 4 cm. Okay, what about the cap lines, the ascender, descender height? You don't know, right? How to do that? There's many ways to do it. Okay, first way is just choose the pen tools here, okay, or just press P, okay, on the keyboard, right, and create just straight line. Just hold down Shift on the keyboard, okay, hold down Shift like this, okay, and press Enter. Make sure that there's no fill color here, okay, just check none here, okay. The letter can be black or other color, it depends on you, okay, your preference. You can create the weight here, okay, the stroke weight. The command is under Window command, okay. Just choose Window, okay, and then the stroke here, or just click Command F10 or Control F10. Okay. So it will open this window. Okay, I'm going to zoom in for you, right? Okay, you can create, you can increase the weight here, okay, to 2 or 3 or 4. It depends on your preference. And let's see. Okay, as you can see here, the stroke is like kind of like thicker, right? So it's more visible. Right now the weight is 4 point, right? So what you have to do is okay, you have to measure the length between the baseline to the x height or the mean line, right? It's 4, like I said, it's 4 cm. So you can also create like choose line tools here, okay, line tools here, okay. Just click on the artboard only once, alright, and put 4 cm, okay, at 90 degrees here, and click OK. You have like vertical line, okay. You have like the distance between the baseline and the x height, okay. This is just for measurement. I mean, there's many ways, okay. You can use measure tools, okay. There's another tools you could use, or you can do it like this. It depends. Each designer have like different way of approach, okay, or design solutions. Now we have like the x height, right? So what about the descender line and cap lines and ascender line, right? So the next thing that you have to do is, of course, okay, you have to place the picture of the reference on the artboard. Okay, how to do it? You could go to File and choose Places, or just use the shortcut by clicking Shift Control P for PC, okay, or Shift Command P for Macs, right? So set the work and select the references, okay, the one that I gave you on the Google Classroom. Now you have 2 choices, okay. First, you can move this layer behind, okay, the the X height and the baseline like this. Okay, it's going to make the letter visible, okay, behind the baseline. Or if this layer is above, okay, it's above, right? You can change the opacity, okay, or the effects of this layer by using multiply, okay, so the line will be visible. This is another way. And okay, you can change it by just use appearance, window. Just go to window, okay, and choose appearance here you see it, window and appearance, right? This window will pop up, see, okay, and you click opacity here, okay, and you change it to multiply, right? So now the picture will be transparent. That's another way to do it, okay? So next thing is enlarge or enhance, just make this picture bigger, okay? And what is the X height exactly? X height is the distance between, okay, the baseline to the mean line, okay, or where the lowercase x is sitting on, okay, on the baseline to the mean line, okay. So it is used to define other characters, okay, as a whole. So you don't have to kind of like draw each of the character randomly. Make sure you enlarge the lowercase character to fit with the X height. Okay, here. Just a moment. Okay. It's probably something like this, maybe a little bit larger, right? Move it a little bit. Okay, perfect. So you can see, right, that the capital letter is here, okay, and also the ascender is here, of the F is here, right? So you can define the the distance between the mean line and the distance between two, okay, the ascender. Another thing you can do is just choose layer here, okay, unlock the first layer, lock the picture, okay, so that you can choose the line over there. Next is you can just copy and paste the line over there, but it's going to be easier if you use shortcut, okay. Just hold down Alt key or alternate key, ALT, on your keyboard with shift, okay, and move the line here, right, to meet the cap height, okay, the cap height over here, or the descender. As you can see here, if you look at the D and the capital N here, okay, the cap line, okay, and the ascender line kind of like pretty similar, okay. So it might not necessary to create another line, okay. There's some part of the D that kind of like go beyond the border of the ascender line over there, okay. It probably consider overshoots, alright. It's a technical term about when particular part of the letter form kind of like goes over X height or descender height or ascender height, okay, just a little. This is like a compensation, optical compensation, okay. So it makes the typeface look better, okay. Sometimes you also need some minor adjustment. I will talk about optical compensation in the later step, okay. And next you have to define the descender line, right? You can see the P here, right? So you copy this line, okay, and move it to the end of the P down there. So now you have all the important lines to draw, okay. Start drawing your letter form here, right? Yeah. So another thing you could do, okay, which will make your work easier, is Okay. Another thing is sorry, you can write down some description of each of the line, otherwise it can be confusing, right? Okay, I'm going to copy and paste it. You can write it here. So now we have baseline here, right? The center line. X height is something in between the baseline and the mean line. This is called the mean line, right? Cap height and ascender line. In this case, in this particular case, is kind of like pretty similar, but in some of the typefaces, they might have difference distance, alright? Okay, it might be quite similar, so we'll put it together here. But it depends, you know, on your design too. Okay. Next thing you could do is place the picture of your reference. Oh, we already done that, right? Here. Okay. We already done that, which is good. Okay, just lock all the essential line in the layer 1 and then work on layer 3. Okay, you create another layer on top of the reference pictures, right? And also all the essential line over there. Okay, the next thing is you zoom in, right? And look at the character that I already assigned to you. Like, okay, I'm going to work on an R. It's just an example, okay? So it's not like a draft or something of the letter R, because you also have to make a decision on the serif, on the you know, most of the characteristics based on Jenson's works, right? So if it is a draft work, you have like just draw an outline of the stroke and that's it, okay? But no, that's not what I want, okay? So what I want you to learn is about how to construct the letter form, okay? Develop the skeletons of basic, you know, structure of each of the character. So why we have to revive, okay, like all typefaces, okay? There's many reasons why we designer want to revive particular typefaces. One reason is some of the typeface is very old, but it's very beautiful, okay? It's not available on digital platform or format, okay? So that's why some designer want to revive it, make it more consistent, okay? And make it compatible with digital platform. That's one of the reason. Second reason is that sometimes there are also some occasion, okay, that like anniversary of the typeface or something, okay? Like for instance, there's a typeface called Jenson, right? Jenson, which is based on a type designer whose name is Jenson, okay? Yeah. So monotype is like type foundry, okay? They kind of like revive this typeface and make it available on digital platform on 2016, for instance. So it's the typeface anniversary. During the time, that is also a specific reason why it's been revived, okay? And the third reason is, okay, when we reconstruct, okay, like old typefaces, classical typefaces that are important in the timeline of typeface development or the history, right? We learn how to construct the letter, okay, systematically. Okay, you learn about the proportions, right? The weight stroke, okay, what can be done, and you learn about the boundary, what can break and what cannot break. Okay, now we're speaking about typical typefaces like that used for running text, right? So I'm not talking about display typefaces, which you know you can assign a lot of elaborate characteristics, right? But however, for typical typefaces, usually there's two factors that are really important. Okay, the first is familiarity, the second is legibility. So the typeface should be readable, of course, right? So how to make it readable? First, it must be familiar to the reader, okay? So it is the reason why typeface kind of like have a very kind of like, it's not similar, but there's some minor changes, okay? But it's based on the typeface that's been, you know, exposed to reader many times over and over and over, right? So that's why kind of like, there's a tradition of, I hate to say limitation, but there's some boundary, let's say that, okay, to design typical typefaces, right? Otherwise people are not going to recognize it. So that is the third reason. So how to construct it anyhow? There's many ways, like I said, okay. The easiest way is draw the skeletons or important part of the character first, okay. You can start in the middle of the character instead of, you know, start from the outline like this, okay. Press enter. Make sure that there's no fill color again, okay. There's only color in the stroke, okay. And you can increase the stroke weight, okay. Here, stroke, right, the weight. You can increase it like this. This is the easiest way, okay, to work on Illustrator. Okay. Make sure that you use the same stroke weight with other character too, so there's a consistency in all of the letter, alright? Some minor changes are allowed, like I said, okay? So now, we have like the stem of letter R, well, about 3 here. The decision that you have to make is, you know, if you kind of like look at the references that I gave to you, right? You can see that there's many types of serif. That's you know, all the character look. That's inconsistency of each of the characters, and it's not like a modern typeface, which, you know, many structure are repetitive. Okay, the reason is in the past, right? Jenson kind of like cut each of the model of character by hand. Okay, so it's been made by hand. Okay, individually, of course, they will have like minor differences. Okay, even for typefaces with different, you know, size, right? They also designer also have to like redesign the whole typefaces. Like sometimes when we use when they design like a typeface that has a very small point at a very small point. Okay. Sometimes they enlarge serif to make it more visible, right? So now we have like the basic stem here. Okay, press enter, okay. And then create another curve here, right? It's very easy, right? You don't have to worry about the neatness of the work now, right? Okay, we do that later. Okay, another tool that is very useful is smooth tool here. Okay, so where is it, the smooth tool? Just in case that you can't find the smooth tool, make sure that your tools bar is in advanced mode, alright? So go to window, go to tools bar, alright? Here, window, tools bar, and then go to advanced. If you only have like basic tools, then, you know, the smooth tool will not show up. Okay, just go to advanced like this. Tools bar, advanced, okay. So it's hidden, okay, in sharper tools here. If you click it, okay, for a while, hold it down for a while, okay, there will have like smooth tool here. Choose it, okay. But first you have to like choose the letter first, okay, and then choose the smooth tool over there, and you slightly kind of like, you know, draw over on top of the line here. As you can see, the line looks smoother, right? You can also, you know, add angle point or vertex on the curve as well, and then you can kind of like move it around by using direct selection tools here. Okay, you can move it around, right? Here, you kind of like able to like, and you can also adjust the Bezier curve over there. It depends on your observation here, but make sure you zoom in, okay? Make sure you zoom in a lot. So another thing that I would like to introduce to you, just a moment. Okay, as you can see here, okay, at the end of the terminal here, the cap, okay, you can adjust it, make it more rounder, okay. How to do that? You kind of like go to stroke, okay, go to stroke window here, okay. There's a different type of cap here. If you choose it, it can be rounder, as you can see, as well as the corner, okay. but I wouldn't recommend you to change other setting. Just choose this round cap, right? Okay, so you have basic structure of the character. You could also change this one too, okay, make it rounder, but of course you have to kind of like adjust the character in the later state. Okay, now it's just stroke, right? Two strokes together. The problem is you can't make many of the adjustments here, so you have to expand it, make it like a graphic works like this. Okay, make sure that you also choose tick this box, okay, fill and stroke, and click OK. Now we have graphic works here, which you can work on the outline. Okay, as you can see, some of the part, right, it kind of like overlaps here. So you have to combine this shape together, otherwise it's going to be problematic if you work on, you know, font labs, font self, or other software. How to do it? Go to Window, okay, select Pathfinder here, Window Pathfinder, alright, here. Choose this window, Pathfinder, okay, and choose this one, okay, Unite. If we combine the two shapes together like this, okay, as one. There's a lot of, you know, options here, okay. Pathfinder also able to define objects, you know. So let's say you want to cut the lower part. There's many ways to cut it, okay. One way is you know, you probably create like a box here, okay, and you select tool here, okay, like this black color, or press V on your keyboard, okay, select both of the objects and use divine here, okay, and group it, delete some of the part. This is just one way. As you can see, have a different shape here, right? And it might be a little bit shorter. You might kind of like want to extend this part, okay, to meet with the baseline, right? The way to do it, just choose this direct selection tool or press A on the keyboard, okay. Select both of the, you know, the vertex or the point, okay, and move it to meet the baseline over there. Okay, now as we can see, okay, this shape kind of like go over here, right? So you might have to adjust this part, this curve, right? The way to do it, you might move this, use the this direct selection tool or press A and move this you know, shape a little bit. Oh, there's too much. You just change the Bezier curve. Okay, just a little bit. Yeah, it's better. Do you think so? Go beyond the stroke here. Move it a little bit. Just adjust the line bit by bit, right? Something like this, and then create the serif. Make a decision, okay, whether you're going to make both of the serif equal, okay, whether you're going to make it symmetric over here. You can also draw like a bracket like this. If you decide to make both of the serif kind of like symmetric like this, you might draw a shape here, and you could adjust it in the later stage. Okay, you can reflect this part to create you know, the left part, so it's going to save you some time, and the latter shape will be more consistent. Also, you can use the smooth line, smooth tools, kind of like make this part more refined. Okay, now it looks a little bit better. You might want to move this corner a little bit, or maybe make this part more curvy. It depends on you, okay? And then you copy this part, right? And oh, sorry, okay, yeah. And you use the reflect tool here, okay? It's in the rotate tools. You click, hold it for a while, and then there's a reflect tool here, or you press O. It's a shortcut, okay? And you kind of like move it a little bit, okay? Use a selection tool to kind of like move it around, okay? now you have the serif, right? And then you choose both of the the serif and the body of R, right? And then you use Pathfinder again. Okay, zoom in. Choose Unite over there, right? Choose Unite. As you can see right now, you have like R. Okay, perfect shape of R. You can make more adjustment by kind of like move the vertex or the point, okay, by using the white arrow here, direct selection tools here, or press A. So, okay, if you want to see like just a moment, if you want to see the character, okay, you can turn off or switch off the layer on the reference pictures. As you can see, we have R here, right? Yeah, this is basically how to like design it. If you want to change, make the this corner a little bit smoother, use smooth tools again, just a little bit. But be careful about using this tool, okay? It's not really precise. It can help you, but it's not really precise. If you want to make this part shorter, then you might adjust the line. It depends on you, this, okay, what you design. You can move it a little bit like this, okay? So you have an R.